Okay, so I wanted to talk about this topic, which I think is an important one, especially if you are a goal-oriented person. And what I mean by that is you often set goals for yourself. You're not the kind of person to just lie around and be okay with just doing nothing. You kind of always need to do something, even after you get that thing done, you need to do something else. Okay, besides the point. Point is, whenever you set a goal for yourself, there's always something you expect out of it, right? You set your mind that, okay, I want to achieve this goal. And you kind of almost start thinking in that way, okay, what happens when I achieve it? How do I achieve it? All these things. One thing you've got to do is separate your hope from your expectations, because I don't need to tell you that, you've probably had multiple occasions in your life when you had expectations for something big, and it just doesn't happen. It doesn't go the way that you want it to go. It's happened to me, it's happened to you, it's probably happened to every single one on this planet. And the problem is there are people who tell you don't have, just get the thing done, don't have any expectations, don't have any hope. And that is quite literally close to impossible, because if you genuinely want to achieve that thing, you need to have some sort of hope, some sort of expectations, because otherwise you're not going to put in your full effort. If I tell myself, okay, I'm going to go to the gym and I want to lose this much weight, or I want to gain this much muscle by the next 6 months. And if I have no expectation or no hope for myself, then why would I even put in full effort when I know that I'm probably not going to achieve what I want to achieve? It doesn't make sense. It's very unrealistic for you to not expect or hope anything out of yourself. But what you've got to realize is the expectations have to be limited and you have to have a lot of hope. You shouldn't let these expectations fill your mind, if that makes sense. I'm not saying not to have them. You have to have them. You have to have a certain degree of them if you actually have any shot at actually achieving what you want to achieve. But you have to keep them in control. I've seen people in school, especially the toppers in class, when I speak to them, a couple of days before an exam coming up and stuff, they'll be super confident. I'm going to ace this, I'm going to this mark, that mark, this grade, whatever. And when they get like literally a couple marks, let's say they wanted, I don't think, man, 47 out of 50 or whatever, 90 out of 100, and they end up getting 86. They go crazy over it. Oh, I didn't get A, I got B instead, whatever grade that is. It is stupid to expect a lot of things, because one thing I'll tell you is whatever you're working towards, the best that you can do is work towards it and put your effort into it. The rest is honestly not in your hands. It's not in your hands. And you could give multiple examples, man, but sometimes luck, fortune, the way that your life is supposed to go in does not really favor the things that you want to do, if that makes sense. I genuinely believe that everyone already has a book written for them, and that regardless of what you do, it's going to go in that path. Everything happens for a reason. And I'm not saying that just because everyone says it, I believe it. You don't have to believe it, but the point is, sometimes you may work really hard towards something and you may not achieve it because you're not meant to achieve it, or you're not meant to get that. And this is why you need to limit your expectations. I'm not saying to have none of them, but you got to keep them controlled. You got to keep them to a certain degree. Have as much hope as you want. Honestly, the more hope, the better, because that's how you're actually going to push yourself. That's how you're going to get motivated to, push yourself and actually try harder. But when you expect a lot of, when you expect that, okay, no matter what, I am definitely going to achieve this, I will achieve it. I'll be honest, in 2023, I set a goal for myself for this channel that I'm going to achieve by the beginning of 2024. I'm not even close to it right now. We're close to the end of 2025. I'm not even close to that. So that, and it's not like I lacked effort. I freaking did whatever I could. And that's the best that I can do. It doesn't matter how many videos you upload on YouTube, whatever editing you do. These videos I'm uploading right now are nothing compared to what I did in the past, for a little bit of information on what I used to do. I used to freaking have every single day 2 videos uploaded, 1 or 2 shorts uploaded, everything edited to the absolute max. And it got me nowhere. Yeah, like a couple of subscribers a week, but when you're achieving so for a lot more than that, those couple of subscribers literally feel like. And I just gave that as an example for whatever you're trying to achieve. Limit your expectations and just hope that it's going to go well. Visualize yourself achieving that thing. That's all fine, but don't. It's tough, man. As much as I'm saying it out, to limit your expectations, it's difficult. But eventually, you've got to keep your mind in a state where it's just neutralized and you're just focused on the process of doing the work rather than the result too much. You must have probably heard freaking athletes talk about it. They'll talk about, after they achieve something great, the guy who's interviewing them will ask something, how do you achieve this, whatever, whatever, whatever. The guy will be like, it's in the process. It's in the process. You don't focus on the results. You focus on the process. And they say that for a reason. The work that you're putting in, that's more important than the result. The result, I'll tell you time and again, it's not up to you. It's up to the person above you. If you're meant to achieve it, you'll achieve it. Otherwise, I don't know. Maybe you're meant to achieve something else. But you don't know that, right? You don't know what you're going to achieve. Until then, whatever you try, you got to keep your expectations limited and just do whatever you can to achieve that thing. Because it crushes you when you expect something and it just doesn't happen. And I've had that scenario many times. You probably have. I probably will continue to have those scenarios because it's impossible. How much of I'm telling you to limit it, to expect nothing out of life, nothing good out of life, it's close to it's close to not possible, right? So keep your expectations limited. Visualize and hope. That's two different things. Your expectations for achieving that thing is another thing completely. So hope and visualize and motivate yourself and work towards getting to that goal. But don't tell yourself that it's gonna happen, or don't frame your mind in a way, or don't structure your mind in a way that it's already prepared for it to happen. Because sometimes, I've heard people talk about it. They say that, okay, I'm going to achieve it, and they have those expectations, and they do end up achieving it. But for most people, like me, and probably you, doesn't happen, or at least hasn't happened yet. And until then, just so you don't feel crushed by whatever happens, do what you can, but don't expect a lot. And honestly, the advice that I'm giving you, I don't even know if it's the right advice or wrong advice, because I'm not successful or anything to sit and give you people advice. But what I do know is having expectations for something huge and it not happening can be absolutely crushing. And the effort that you're putting in, you might even stop because you're not achieving what you want to do, and you can't stop. The reason you can't stop is because you're definitely not achieving it if you stop. So even if you're failing right now, might as well just keep going, keep going, keep going. Because what else are you going to do with your life, man? A bit of a side topic here. There are people who tell you, when you tell them to achieve something, they'll be like, oh, it takes too long, whatever. What else are you going to do with your life? I need to go to the gym and do so. Oh, it takes too long. What else are you going to do? Sit and freaking eat and then continue to gain weight, be fat, be pathetic, and then just expect things to magically happen? Obviously, it's going to take time, but your life is going to take time anyway. You can't wait for something and just delay it because it takes time. Time is going anyway. Time is going right now. I'm 8 minutes and 50 seconds into the video. Time is going anyway. So you might as well spend the time doing something worth doing.